This is every scam possible in Adopt Me, so you know how to avoid them. The 18+ items scam. Formerly known as the 9+ items scam, a scammer will request that you trade 18+ items for their pet. For example, they'll ask for 20 potions for this pet, and then they'll say something like, I'll add it in the next trade, and then they go and remove the pet. And because they've now gone and removed the pet and said that they'll go and add it in the second trade, it tricks the person into going and getting scammed into going and accepting the first trade. Now what will happen next is the scammer is about to go and receive all 18 items. Since you think that you're gonna go and get the rare pet on the second trade, you decide to go and confirm. And once you go and confirm it, the scammer leaves you and you're left with nothing. And you've just successfully lost 18 of your item. So if you ever see someone going and requesting for 18+ of a pet, then just rearrange the trade. Trading for 18 pets is already an insane amount of things, so you could always just add a higher value pet, or just not do that trade, since it's most likely going to be a scam. Comment your dream pet and like this video for a chance of winning it for free. The next scam is the baby scam. And I'm gonna find out how easy is it to do by asking someone to adopt me. You know, the whole idea of the game. Or we might have found someone and they just randomly send me a trade request. Honestly, I don't know why. They haven't even adopted me yet. I'll explain how the scam works. What is this? I'm confused. How the scam works is they go and trick. I think families seem to be broken right now. I keep joining the family and it keeps kicking me out of it. How bizarre. But how the scam works is someone will pretend that they need to be adopted, and then they'll go and do a few tasks with you, pretending to go and be friends with you, and then they'll ask for a pet. Now, how could this possibly be a scam? Well, they're gonna say that you have to give them a pet. They're gonna try and deceive you and trick you into thinking that you have to get a pet from them. Honestly, it's one of the strangest scams out there, but surprisingly, this thing actually takes place every single day. This person hasn't even added me into their family, and they're trying to go and actually give me free stuff just because I'm dressed as a baby. I declined their trade and now they're angry. Honestly, this is so strange. The next scam is the advertising scam. What happens in this scam is a player will go and tell you to follow them on social media. For example, people say to go and follow them on Instagram, and if you go and follow them, they'll go and supposedly give you a pet. Their goal here is to go and get a bunch of followers, and the scam is they'll then just leave the server. Basically, they're just trying to farm to get a bunch of followers, and then typically they go and scam the followers by having a fake Roblox link in their bio, which would go and take you to a website which would actually hack your Roblox account. So if anyone tells you to click a link, be cautious. But follow my official Instagram, it's at MattyAJP if you want to. The next scam is games that state you get free Neon Adopt Me pets. This one has nearly 1 million visits and is made by Sunny X Misty. However, if you click it, it's not the actual Sunny X Misty. I'm just gonna point out that whoever made this game has actually made thousands of real life dollars from this. So let's go and play. Any game that isn't the official Adopt Me can't actually go and give you pets. So let's see what this is. It's kind of already crashed. Exotic pets, shop premium. Oh my, there's other people here? Look at all these things. A neon nightmare shadow dragon for 500 Robux. And they all sound like they're on a really good deal. Like this is apparently normally 10,000 Robux for an exclusive neon rainbow shadow dragon. That doesn't even exist. So what is this? An egg for 250 bucks. All right. Do I want to buy this egg? Sure. Hatch the egg. Okay. Well, this wasn't quite the scam game I was expecting. This is weird. Like, this is kind of impressive. They've got Valentine's eggs, but at the same time, this is completely not allowed. We got a Valentine's corgi. No, wait, what in the world is this? Enchant Mega Neon, Dark Matter Machine, Group Chest, Ready to Claim. Honestly, I've got no idea what this is. What I'm saying is, whatever you get out of these games, they're not going to go and give you in the real Adopt Me. However, this game does kind of look impressive, but we don't want to promote the fake game as much as it does look kind of cool. This is the borrow scam. A player will go up to you and ask you to go and borrow something. They want a dog toy. which is a pretty common thing. What could possibly go wrong? It's just a dog toy, so let me go and find one out of my toy section. We're just gonna go and search chew toy. I've got 47 of them. Even if I get scammed, I won't actually care. The scammer will then say thank you and that they'll go and give it back to you in 1 minute. Now, is this scammer actually gonna give it back to you? Place your guesses. Believe it or not, the scammer is actually going to go and accept this trade with you for the only reason of trying to deceive you. What they're going to do is go and confirm the trade, and now you have their trust. You think that they're trustworthy, that they're able to go and actually return the items that they borrowed from you. Then they'll go and ask something like this: can I borrow a pet? Please, I lost mine. And since you've just gone and given them a different item and they gave it back, you're gonna go and trust them into thinking that they'll go and give you the other one back. Which obviously, if you are to then go and give them a pet, you will simply actually lose that pet and get scammed. So don't go and do trust trades or trust anyone. Pretty much trust nobody in Adopt Me. Unless you know them in real life, then I probably still wouldn't trust them. The building house scam. I'm sure you've seen many players with the most amazing houses in Adopt Me, and you might question, how in the world did they go and get such an amazing house? Who was the one that went and built all of these fun, crazy things? What a player typically does is goes and throws a party, and the idea of the party is to get attention and get people to check out their house. So the scammer is going to be throwing a party to show that they have a good building skills. And afterwards, they're then going to say that they can go and build in your house, but they request the payment up front. Now, what could the payment be for going and building a house? Obviously, if you have skills and you are good at decorating houses, you're not going to go and do that service for free, because no one does anything for free. There's a few options. They might go and set up a cotton candy stand and then go and set the price to the most expensive thing and say that you've got to pay them $1,000 before they'll go and do it. Or they might go and request that you have to go and trade them first. And in the trade, they're going to go and request a really good expensive pet. Something that's out of the game, because obviously you're going to be spending all of your time going and trading, so going and accepting this is probably pretty fair because time is valuable and time is basically money. So once they go and get you the pet that you requested to go and build your house, do you go and build the house for them? No. They end up leaving. You get absolutely no house decorated, and the scammer has now successfully got a brand new pet and ran off with it. So, should you trust people going and saying that they'll decorate your house? Probably not, unless they are actually your friend. Even if people have proofs, these proofs can be fake, and most of them are pretty much fake online anyway. They'll just use their friends to try and scam you. The next scam is whatever you touch, I buy. First of all, they'll go up to you and say that you have a budget of $500. Then they'll say whatever you touch, I'll buy. Which sounds like a pretty good deal, right? $500 worth of stuff that you can touch and they buy for you. That's a great deal, right? But there's a catch, obviously, because it's a scam. What they want you to go and do first is go and give you a pet, because they're scamming you. They're not actually going to go and give you whatever they touch for $500. This whole idea stemmed from lots of YouTube videos where people would go and buy whatever fans touched, but now people are just using this technique to go and scam other players. The contest scam, and I've actually fallen victim to this scam before. In the scammer holds a contest and they claim that to win, the player has to give them the best item. They'll say something along the lines of the best item that they get given goes and gets a neon strawberry shortcake bat dragon. But the way that they go and trick you even more is by going and saying different people's usernames and saying that they're winning right now, to try and convince other people that they are going and getting given stuff. Typically, the prize is higher than what they're going and getting, but people are still going to try and give this person ultra rares because they think that they're going to go and get a strawberry shortcake bat dragon and win a contest. But in reality, they're not actually going and giving anything away. They're simply going to go and scam every player. Once all of the victims have gone and given the scammer the prizes, the scammer simply leaves the server and has stolen so many things. This scam literally happens all of the time, and I see it happen every single time I play Adopt Me. And people still believe that this is true, because it's actually really convincing. But hopefully you guys won't fall for this scam now I've warned you. The customizing outfit scam. The scammer will come up to you and say to trade you and put a high value item in the trade. Now all you're doing is going and adding an item, so there's pretty much no damage, right? Well, how could this possibly be a scam? Let me go and add my Bat Dragon. Well, the scam is then going to go and ask you to equip an outfit and rapidly click the button. Which might sound absolutely ridiculous, but if we were to go and click on this and start clicking on all of these different outfits, and say I was to rapidly click all of these buttons, eventually it would hit the accept button. Now in this trade, they might actually go and try and get you to accept the first trade once. So the time that you accidentally hit the accept button will be the time that you go and give them the pet. Now this is the whole reason Adopt Me kind of added the two-step trading, since players would just go and do these trades and fall victim to this scam. But now that Adopt Me has those two-step trading on, it definitely makes this scam a lot harder to go and be done, but it still goes and takes place. So if someone ever tells you to customize your avatar while you are doing a trade, do not trust it. The cross-trading scam. In this scam, a player will go up to you and say that they're going to go and provide you some things in a different game. Note that cross-trading is actually against Roblox rules, and doing so in Adopt Me will also get your account banned. So do not break the rules whatsoever, and don't even try and fall victim to this scam, because cross-trading will absolutely get your account banned. Also, most of the time it leads to a scam anyway. The scammer will go and say that they're going to give you something really valuable inside of a different game. And how the scammer works is they'll try and convince you to go and give them a pet, and in then return, they'll go and get your pet in a different game, or whatever it might be. It might be Robux, or just a different game in general. And if you were to go and accept this trade, they'd accept it, they'd leave the server, and they would definitely not give you whatever you were after in the other game. Adopt Me doesn't allow cross-trading for pretty much this exact reason, because most of the time it's a scam. Plus this is completely against Roblox rules of service, but I 100% recommend not going and doing this, as you're risking your Roblox account from getting deleted. If you ever see someone trying to cross-trade, inform them that it's against the rules, and they normally leave the server. The duo scam, which can be applied to most scams. In this scam, the scammer has an accomplice, which is typically a friend or an alt account. The scammer then attempts to scam through either trust trading or selling pets for bucks. The accomplice will stand next to them and say that it was real, and say that they successfully did a trust trade or purchased a pet from them for a great price. For example, they'll say that they gave them a really valuable pet for 150 bucks. And this just goes and convinces people that this is a real trade, and that the scammer is genuine when they're not. They're just trying to trick you and deceive you into thinking that they are trusted. The Egbert scam. This might sound absolutely ridiculous. In the Egbert scam, players go and dress up their Roblox avatar to look like Egbert. If you don't know who Egbert is, it is a famous Adopt Me character, and every single Easter, Egbert just randomly appears. How this scam works is a player will go and dress up like this. This might look absolutely ridiculous, but let me explain. A player will go and dress up like this, press actions, and sit down right here and pretend to be an NPC. You know how you can go up and speak to Santa, for example? People pretend that you are an egg sat on this rock, and they can go up to you and speak to the egg, and the egg will give you something good. Now, how could this possibly be a scam? Well, the person dressed up as the egg will ask for gifts, and in return, they will go and give you a better pet. Now, obviously, that is a scam. If you see someone going and telling you that if you go and do something, you get something better out of it, then it is 100% a scam that you need to stay clear from. Especially if you see an egg, there's no such thing as the Egbert NPC in Roblox. Any type of NPC that you can speak to will have the E to talk button, and you'll be able to go and talk to them like this. I'm pretty sure there is no NPC NPC that you can go and purchase things from. Also, since when did the plant pot have a green nose? Is that new? I don't know. The next scam is the egg hatching scam. A player will go and say that their egg is special and it's been given to them by someone such as an Adopt Me admin, and they can guarantee that it will give you a legendary pet, which realistically is completely impossible and doesn't actually happen. There is no way to predetermine what is on the inside of the egg. Even if you work for Adopt Me or if you're an Adopt Me influencer, there is no way to tell what you're about to hatch. So there is no such thing as a special egg that is guaranteed to hatch you a special pet. I mean, with the exception of the Zodiac Minion egg, which does guarantee you a legendary out of every single egg, which is kind of cool. But someone going around and doing a trade saying that if you go and trade for my egg, it will give you a very rare legendary, which obviously probably won't happen. And what they're gonna do is trade you, and you're gonna go and overpay for an egg, which will most likely just go and hatch a common, but let's hatch it anyway, and we got a rare. So yeah, you're not actually gonna go and get a very valuable pet. It's gonna give you absolutely no more additional luck. It's just a trick that scammers go and do to try and get you to go crazy and give them a bunch of ads and offers for literally just a regular egg. The give and return scam. Basically, the scammer will get you to give them an item and that they would go and give it to you back right after. So let's go and test this out. Let's go and get an item, for example, the Scarecrow horse, and go and give it to them. Once they've gone and received the item, they will simply go and give it directly back to you instantly. Why? What is the purpose of that? Did you get scammed? No, you just built a very small level of trust with a scammer. They normally claim that they're doing this for a TikTok or for a YouTube video, and then they'll try and trick you into going and giving them a higher tier pet, such as a legendary. And yes, YouTubers can simply gift other players legendaries, as you can just see. But this time, they're not going to give it to you back straight away. What they will simply do is not give it to you back at all. They've stolen your pet and they will leave the server. So their goal is to build a level of trust with you, pretend they're filming some type of TikTok, and then steal your pet. Oh, how kind that is. The guilt trip scam. The scammer will be going and telling everyone in the server of their very sad story, typically involving them having a disease which they don't actually have. Now, believe it or not, this actually happens way more than you'd imagine, which is genuinely sad to me that this actually happens all the time. And people will even go to the extreme depths of faking some of the most evil diseases out there. They will literally claim that they are very ill or they're in danger, and the only thing that will help them is an Adopt Me pet, since it will go and cheer them up or make them happy, and since they're ill, they really need one of those pets. Well, how is this a scam? That poor player, they're really ill and they want a pet to cheer them up. Now, there is a very slim chance that this might actually happen, but 99% of the time, if you see someone saying this, it's normally a scam. Which is a shame that people actually lie about this, but genuinely, people do, which is really saddening and means that I can't find the honest, truthful people who would enjoy a free pet. I have this happen to me all the time. A player will come up to me, try and say that they're really ill and they need a pet. And unfortunately, they're just lying, which is really sad that people are actually that crazy to lie about a disease. But unfortunately, it genuinely happens. Also, by the way, what in the world is this route? This is the worst route I think I have ever seen. They literally just went up and down and reversed back. Like, what is this route? I don't think I've ever seen one this long before. Yeah, what in the world? It just like loops all the way around. Are you kidding me? That is the longest route I have ever seen for that minigame. But yeah, if you see someone claiming that they need this pet to be happy, it's most likely, unfortunately, a guilt trip scam, and they're trying to play with your emotions into getting you to give them a pet. The I got scammed or I got hacked scam. That's right, they're using reverse psychology by saying that they got scammed into making you think that they're not a scammer. That's right, if they say that they got scammed, then they can't possibly be scamming you, right? Well, no, that's a lie. This player would be trying to go and get something out of you. What they'd say is something like, I lost all my pets, and that they have no pets left, and they need you to give them a pet because they lost all of them because they got scammed, obviously. Now, how does that work? Well, they then are also playing with your emotions and hoping that you go and give them a free pet. This literally happens all of the time outside of the gifts in Adopt Me. You will always see someone lying on the floor saying that they're poor, saying that they need a pet, or saying that they got scammed. They will typically be running about right here, normally a baby, and also dressed up as a Roblox avatar that is typically a bacon head or someone who doesn't have Robux, to try and like add to the fact that it looks like they're getting scammed or they're really poor and need pets. Or they'll even like make a new account and just have a starter egg. People have gone to the extreme efforts of literally making new Roblox accounts to go and do this scam into going and getting pets donated to them and then just giving them to their main account. Honestly, it's such a strange scam, just pretending that you're poor, but it happens, which is very strange to me. The pet duplication scam. A player will go and claim that if you go and give them a pet, that you will go and get it duplicated. So let's go and test this out. If you are crazy enough to go and test something like this out, you'd give them just like a common pet to start off with. You wouldn't go and give them your most valuable pet, right? So we're gonna go and give them something pretty common, such as like a snow cat. No one likes these cats, so we're gonna give them a snow cat, and they're gonna go and duplicate it. Because what's the worst that could happen? You lose your valuable cat that you don't care about. Well, that's not too bad if you lose this pet anyway, because it's only a common, right? Well, you then go and trade them back. And did they go and duplicate your pet? Let's find out. They're adding your pets back? That's right, they actually duplicated your pet. Easy peasy. They duplicated it, and you now have 2 pets. Now, if this happens, then what happens next is gonna be even sadder, because they will say to do it with a rarer pet, because they want you to give them a legendary, right? And if you just saw them duplicate your cat that you gave them, you're now gonna go and trust them with some of your more valuable pets. So, for example, this neon legendary. Will they actually duplicate it? When you hit accept, they won't. What this player will do is vanish. The player will vanish, take your legendary, and not duplicate it. There is no such thing as pet duplication inside of Adopt Me. It is completely impossible to do, so if you see anyone claiming that they can duplicate your pet, then it is 100% a scam and definitely not something that you could fall for. Even if they pretend that they're a YouTuber or a TikToker, I would not fall for this scam. By the way, look at this crazy animation. I have never seen that before. They know my password and they can log into my account. That means I'm going to lose all my pets. I will take all of your pets if you don't give me one right now. Guys, I better give them a pet quickly. Wait a second, this is just a scam. This is called the hacker scam, where a player will pretend that they are a hacker in Adopt Me. They will threaten you that you have to go and give them a pet, and if you don't, they're gonna hack into your account and steal everything. To prevent this from happening, make sure you have 2-step verification on your Roblox account. And don't share your password with anyone. Most of the time, the player is lying and they can't actually hack you, so you don't need to go and give the player your pet, because if you gave them your pet, you'd just lose it, and the scammer wins. Would you like your dream pet in Adopt Me for free? Like this video, subscribe, and also comment what your dream pet is. If you know how to do the trade scam, I will give you a high value pet. This is where the scammer tries to convince other players into becoming an accomplice and help them scam. Basically, the scammer will also be turning you into a scammer. The scammer will try and convince you that they're going to give you a highly valuable pet if you go and help them with something. But by going and participating in helping them, you actually become a scammer as well, and you're putting yourself at risk of getting banned, plus you're literally becoming a scammer. Also, there's a very high chance that the scammer will also scam you and try and take a pet off you. So stay clear. Swapping a Mega Neon into a Neon or a regular scam. What the player will do is go and add a bunch of pets, and one of them will be Mega Neon, and sneak it in with the group. Then they'll go and add a couple things afterwards. And while you are adding, you can see that the scammer's Mega Neon symbol might be covered up. And what they'll be saying in the chat is a bunch of questions and trying to get you to accept really quickly. Adopt Me has been able to counter this scam by giving you this pop-up notification and also a cooldown of when you have to accept the trade. However, some people still fall victim to this scam, and definitely something you need to pay close attention to is that when you get into the final trading screen, that all of the things are exactly as you saw them. The misconception scam. What happens in this scam is a player will go and add an item that resembles a pet, and they might believe that this is the actual pet. What they might do is go and do a switcheroo. So they'll go and have a real kangaroo in the trade, and while you're not looking, they will quickly go and swap it out. So say for example, it will be the kangaroo, they'd go into their toys and have themselves, for example, a kangaroo pogo and quickly swap it. And this is actually pretty similar to the actual kangaroo, so quite a lot of players might not notice this. Now there is a few other examples, such as a unicorn plush being swapped out for a unicorn, or a griffin propeller being swapped out for a griffin. And this one is definitely a bit more easy to notice. Apparently some people just go and swap things, and sometimes they fall for this scam of, oh look, I've got a dragon, and they don't realize. I think the kangaroo pogo is the most likely one to get scammed by. And also in the petware, I believe there is a broomstick. This one, I see this all the time. Everyone's saying that they're trading the witch's broom, or they're trading the rainbow rattle, you know, the very rare item that you can pick up for 600 bucks. They'll claim that they're trading the really rare one, or they'll go and swap it out. So always make sure you hover over the item and it will tell you exactly what it is. It will tell you the rarity, so we know that a kangaroo should be a legendary. And this kangaroo pogo is actually pretty good replica of it. So definitely be careful and make sure you check your trades properly. And you can go into your settings and click interaction, and then where it says trade chat, you can go and see that there is a button that will inform you when someone adds something into the chat. I definitely recommend having those turned on. I can turn your normal pet into Neon or Mega. That sounds like a good deal, but it also sounds too good to be true, most likely because it is. There is no way that a player can magically turn your pet Neon or Mega Neon. Of course, there is the use of age up potions, but this will not instantly make your pet full grown or Neon. It's typically a scam. If you ever see someone claiming that they can do that, it's definitely a scam. And most likely, once you give them your pet, that they'll magically claim with their false backstory that they'll turn into Neon or Mega Neon, they will simply leave the server. The only player that can make pets Mega Neon instantly is the owners of the game. And to tell if someone's an owner, they will have a special symbol next to their username, and it will be either golden or blue. The new player scam. Typically, this involves a player waiting outside of the nursery, claiming that they are a new player. Sometimes people will make brand new accounts to make sure that they have themselves a starter egg. They'll also make sure that their character is dressed up badly. The player will then go and ask if they can have a pet because they just started Adopt Me. Basically, they're farming for pets and trying to go and get free gifts or donations given to them, which is a scam because most likely they are not a brand new player and they're just gonna go and trade them to their main account. One way to tell if the player genuinely has no pets is if they have the practice dog, but then again, if you see someone with the practice dog begging for pets, it probably means they transferred all their pets to their main account. The trade is glitching scam. In this scam, a player will have you go and offer for their pet. Say for example, I'm going to offer this for their pet. What the scammer will then go and do is swap out the pet and leave it as nothing. Then if you go and question the player where the pet is, they will go and reply saying that the pet is still there and say that it's a glitch. Typically, the pet that they're going and incentivizing you to go and accept is a high-tiered pet. For example, they could be going and doing this with a bat dragon, and then your trade was only a couple legendaries, which means you'd have a really big win of a trade if it was to go through. But obviously the fact that they've just gone and removed it from the trade means it's a scam. To tell if someone's removed something from the trade, you can even see this on the section. Just make sure again that you have it enabled in your trading settings to be able to see if someone adds or removes a pet. If you see something has been removed, don't accept it. If you can't see it in the trade menu, also do not accept it and wait until Adopt Me supposedly fixes the bug, which is normally a scam as Adopt Me trading is working pretty much 99% of the time. I will pet sit and get you bucks. Now that sounds like a good deal. A deal too good to be true, because getting bucks is pretty difficult and expensive and takes a lot of time. So how does this work? Give me the pet to pet sit and I will. Well, that sounds like a scam. They try to convince you with fake proofs that they go and age up other players' pets. They'll even sometimes have an accomplice to agree, which is mainly their alt accounts or their friends, and say that they genuinely age up pets for them. But once you go and give this player your pet for them to go and age up, you will never see that pet again. Basically, you'll just go and lose your pet and there's no such thing as the pet sitting service. If you did want to go and do it as a legitimate pet sitting service, then go and create a family and invite them to the family. Just don't charge someone to go and pet sit, because you are actually going and earning bucks by helping them as well, which is the idea of the family. The poor scam, where a player will go and have a story such as saying that they don't have a house and they have no bucks and they have literally nothing. Typically they will also be right outside of the nursery, and they'll be sitting on the floor trying to come up with some sob story to try and convince you that they have nothing. Now, somebody told me that there's a way to see how many bucks another player has by doing the command /console. Once you go and do that, it actually brings up something called the developer console. Now, honestly, I don't really know too much about whatever type of information this goes and tells you. What I can tell you is I'm pretty sure it doesn't actually tell you how many bucks another player has. If that is some type of special technique that I'm unaware of, please let me know in the comments, as I'm honestly intrigued. The fly and ride pet scam. A scammer will go and be holding something such as a fly potion or a ride potion. The scammer will then try to convince you that you should go and give them your pet, and in return they will go and use that potion on your pet. Typically it's the Robux potion such as the fly or the ride potion. Once you go and give them your pet, the player will simply leave the server and not provide your pet with a fly or a ride potion. If anyone ever says that they're going to give your pet a fly or a ride potion, it's 100% a scam. If they were to honestly go and do that, they could simply trade you the potion. There's no other way around it, and you won't get scammed by that happening. So just literally have the player trade you the potion, and then you won't get scammed from the scammer. You should subscribe and like this video right now, and comment what your dream pet is for a chance to win it. This is Picador. The scammer will go and ask you to give them a pet or bucks to play the game. After we end up giving them the item, they will either allow you to go and actually play Picador, where you pick one of two doors, or they will just straight up leave the server. But there is even the chance that both of the doors will say that lost, meaning that there was a 100% chance that you weren't going to go and win. Now, the reason they might actually go and show you what was behind the door is to go and prevent them from going and getting banned, because you just think that you were the 50% that got the door wrong. So this then means that the scammer now has your pet, you have lost your pet, and it's gone forever. Now, if a player does try and write pick a door in the chat, it will say trust trades are not permitted, you will get banned. And it doesn't actually appear for another player. So let me go and demonstrate this again. It seems that .me is actually improving on this. So if I say pick a door, it will show up on my screen, but it just doesn't show up anywhere on anyone else's accounts. So even if you mention the word pick a door anywhere, it will actually just disappear. There is literally no way for someone to go and say the words pick a door anymore. However, there are still scammers who are going to go and twist some of the words slightly, so it might now be called pick a room rather than pick a door, since pick a door is now inaccessible for scammers to go and use. I'm sure they're going to go and find a way around that. The Robux scammer. I don't know why this isn't like tagged like saying pick a door is, but you can say that you will trade Robux, which again is against the rules. Plus, it will get your account banned. And also it's a scam. Honestly, they're all scams. I get tagged in so many posts every day saying, oh, I lost my mega shadow dragon because I got scammed when I tried to sell my pet. Bro, you cannot sell pets for money, you cannot sell pets for Robux, and you cannot sell pets for literally anything out of Adopt Me. If they're going and offering you something in Royal High or Pet Simulator or any other game, that is also against the rules. And it's literally against Roblox's terms of service. So by breaking the rules, your account could literally get deleted from Roblox. So not only is it a scam where you might not even receive the pets, it's also a thing that could possibly get your whole Roblox account banned. So if you ever see someone trying to sell pets or try and trade pets for something in a different game, please make sure they don't go and do this. The best thing to go and do is to go and report the user that is stating that they intend to go and do this. So please, never trust anyone who's trying to trade pets for Robux, even if they have proofs. They're pretty much always a scam and it's illegal, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to be participating in something that's that. The scam links. There used to be this issue where bots would go and join Roblox and start spamming in the chat to go and check out their website where they went and got free Robux, and these websites would scam you and actually hack you. So if you ever see a website claiming that it will go and give you free Robux and they're going and saying that inside of Adopt Me, then it's 100% a scam. There's just no way that is actually real. So please do not trust these random links that you might see in Adopt Me, or actually in any game. These are in like every single game possible, so just don't trust these random links that appear in the chat. Players asking for bucks for pets. If you see a player going and having some type of stand, such as a lemonade stand, a hot dog stand, or even an ice cream truck, since that can go and actually receive bucks, if you wanted to go and set the price to 20 bucks, you could go and get some bucks given to you. So how is this a scam? Once you go and pay the player all of the bucks, they then go and give you nothing. Basically, they've just gone and got your bucks and made a runner. Adopt Me tries to go and prevent this by showing things such as saying, this seems overloaded, try again later. Or say I try to go and buy a lemonade for 20, it will say the stand has too many orders, come back later. And then the scammer will simply go and take your bucks and change servers, since that is the way around it. A player can literally just change servers, and then the scam can continue in the brand new server. So this is definitely a bit of an issue. Adopt Me is aware of this. I think the only fix would be to add bucks trading, where you can trade bucks, because that way you can kind of like buy pets off each other for bucks, which would kind of prevent this scam from occurring in the first place, which I think would be a pretty good idea. If you ever see someone claiming that they are going and trading a pet for bucks, I'd be very cautious of this, as most of the time these are scammers and they will just go and take your bucks and literally just change server. It happens all of the time, and typically the scammer will incentivize you to donate by offering some type of high-tiered pet, such as like a bat dragon for 500 bucks or something, and once you pay them, they give you nothing and then they just leave the server. The similar name scam. This scam is one that has been popping up immensely recently. I have seen so many players go and get scammed by this. How this scam will work is a scammer will go and replicate your username but change one letter. They're then going to go and join your server where you're in and try and get your friend to trade you. They're going to think that they're trading your friend. They will dress up exactly the same as your avatar, but the only difference will be one letter is slightly different. These people will literally clone your Roblox avatars, dress up exactly the same as you, pretend you're friends, and then borrow a pet. It's like if one of my friends was to go up to me and go and trade me and say, hey, can I borrow this pet for a video or something, I would probably go and give it to them. But the thing is, it could be a fake and they've just gone and stolen my most valuable pet. So I saw this issue recently with a Mega Neon Shadow Dragon. That's right, this player literally got scammed out of a Mega Neon Shadow Dragon by this scam. So they were going and trading with their friend and they wanted to go and give them their Mega Neon Shadow Dragon back. But a scammer joined the person, set their nickname, dressed up exactly the same as their friend, and then received the Mega Shadow Dragon and then left the server. And then the actual friend is still asking for the Mega Neon Shadow Dragon back, and they think that the other player is a scammer, and then they lost their friendship. This is based on a real story, that these players now aren't friends because they got scammed by someone who literally replicated their name. That is literally insane that that even happens, but it does, which is literally crazy. Again, Adopt Me is doing well on this, where if you go and send a trade to someone, if you are friends with them, it will say verified friend. It will say friend, and if you don't see that, then that means it's fake. That means they are a fake friend. So make sure that it goes and specifically has like a little star or a little smiley face and says friend, okay? That is exactly what you need to see. If it does not say that, then they are a scammer trying to impersonate your friend. The fake egg scam. A player will go and dress up their pet to go and rename it to start to say something random, such as this Robin being called Magic Egg. Now you can't actually go and rename eggs like you used to be able to. You used to be able to go into dress up and actually dress up your eggs. But it says you can't go and do that anymore, which is a shame. Before, when you used to be able to go and rename your eggs, I still have one, and this is called the owl egg. It's literally an egg that says owl, and a scammer used to go and tell you that if you go and hatch this egg, it will go and give you an owl. Now this is actually a really rare item, having a nicknamed egg. If you have an egg that has a nickname on it, then that's really rare, since you haven't been able to go and name eggs for a long time. Now, what is the scam that you might see occur? Well, someone's going to go and get something called a Robin or some type of small pet, and they're going to go and rename it into something like Magic Egg. And then what the player is going to go and do is head into the food section and most commonly take out an egg. And then what they go and do is they press pick up, and as you can see, it now looks like I have a brand new egg called the Magic Egg, and it looks like I'm holding the magic egg that is newborn and I'm about to go and hatch it. This looks like a legitimate egg. It looks like it goes and receives tasks, and this will convince so many players that aren't aware of this scam. Now, what will happen is in the scam, when they go and trade you, they go and add it and it will say something patterns egg, because that's the actual item, which yes, Patton's egg is still rare, but the scammer will try and convince you that this is worth mega neons or something absolutely ridiculous. And obviously it just says Patton's egg. And another good thing is Adopt Me did go and remove is the fact that when you go and add a pet into a trade, so this is called Magic Egg, I'm pretty sure once you go and trade this pet, I think it removes the name. As you can see, it just says Robin Newborn. On my end, it says Magic Egg, but on the other person's end, it doesn't. So Adopt Me is definitely improving on stopping scammers, and this is definitely a very good step forward. It means you won't really get deceived inside of a trade now, which is pretty decent. But there's still lots of people who fall for this Magic Egg scam. Trading candy. It gives you 100,000 Halloween event candy. Well, that does not sound real whatsoever. What the player is holding in their hand is just a regular piece of candy. This scam is where a player will try to convince you that they have an item that will go and give you an in-game currency item. For example, this player holding a piece of candy, promising it will give you candy in a Halloween event. Then there are other players who will try to convince you that you can get a Christmas currency of the gingerbreads by consuming this magic Christmas item, which realistically is literally just a Christmas pet toy. So how's this a scam? Well, they're trying to trick you into thinking that this is a really valuable rare item and that you should go and trade for it, when in realistic, you're just not getting anything. You're just gonna get a toy or a piece of food, and they'll make you overpay. They'll try come up with a story saying that if I use this, I'll get like 1,000,000 gingerbread, and then I can go and spend the 1,000,000 gingerbread. Obviously, it's a scam. If someone is promising to go and give you an in-game currency, it is literally impossible. There is no way to give you an in-game currency. Some people even fake saying that they'll give you the star rewards. Again, this is completely impossible. So be careful. The thumbnail scam. This is such a strange scam where a YouTuber or someone pretending to be a YouTuber will say, "Can you help me with a thumbnail?" Let's say, for example, that we agree. The scammer will then go and ask you to put your rare pets in for a picture. So let's go and do that. Let's go grab ourselves a pet such as this gorilla. Then the scammer will go and tell you that you have to accept the trade for their picture because they want like a little screenshot showing that this is a real trade, right? There's no harm in doing this. There's no harm in hitting accept the first time, since you can just hit decline on the second part of it, right? Which is pretty simple. The scammer will then say to hit accept again for the picture and that they won't accept as well. So we're gonna hit accept, they're gonna take their screenshot, then what they're gonna do is quickly hit accept, and voila, they have now stolen your pet. If you see someone claiming that they need to go and take a picture for a thumbnail, it's literally such a strange scam, and I do see it happen quite often, to be honest. So definitely be careful and don't trust anyone, even if they're your friend. Just get them to edit it. Like honestly, there is no point in anyone hitting accept, especially hitting accept 2 times. 100% a scam. The YouTuber scam. This is where a scammer will go and dress up as a different popular Roblox Adopt Me YouTuber in hopes that they go and receive free pets. So there are people who go and impersonate me and dress up as my avatar and pretend that they are me. There is only one way to tell if this is a legit me, is by if they have this golden star. If you see a player who does not have this little golden star next to their username who is claiming to be the famous YouTuber, then that means that they are a fake. So do not trust them, plus do not give YouTuber pets. If a YouTuber is begging for pets, there is something extremely suspicious going on. The trust trade scam, where a player will try to convince you that you need to go and give them a pet, and in return they'll go and give you the pet back. Honestly, completely pointless. So even if you mention the word trust trade, this little reminder will pop up saying that you get banned, and then for other players, they simply won't be able to see your message. So Adopt Me is definitely moving forward in preventing trust trade scams, which is absolutely amazing to see that they've gone and done all of these new things recently to stop these scams from getting worse. You need to watch this video next where I test 1-star Roblox games. And also comment that you watched until the end of the video to be entered into a secret giveaway. Click here to watch the video.